Hello everyone. I've already cancel scanned and reposted my auctions. Let's just start today immediately with the mailbox. Alright, so as we take a look at the mailbox, it looks like I have 101 sales from yesterday, so pretty much about 130,000 gold. So that's pretty good. It's a pretty good day. I don't recall how much I spent on crafting materials yesterday. It really does average somewhere around 30k. So the vast majority of this is going to be profit. But before we get into that, let's take a look at our starting gold. Starting gold today is 2,686,000. So that's awesome. And let's break down what we made yesterday. So as you can see, starting at the top, we have a lot of desolate items that have sold. That would be the leatherworking desolate items. As we move down, we have potions of spectral strength. So I think I made spectral strength, agility, and intellect yesterday. I actually think I made strength, and I had agility and intellect left over from the day before. I did make some heavy desolate armor kits. The only negative with those right now is they were making me 3 to 4 times the crafting cost, and now they're only making me a little bit of gold per. I'm still spending somewhere around 12,000 gold or something like that in terms of buying materials. So yeah, I spent about 12,000. I made about 19,000. So I didn't make a lot of profit, but profit's profit. As we go down here, we have some Tomes of the Still Mind. We have random enchants, ceremonious gear, so the fresh level 60 stuff. We have Potions of Hidden Spirit. That's one that I tried a day or two before in a video. I didn't really know if they would actually sell, so I didn't make very many because I don't like taking risks too much. But they sold pretty easily, so yesterday I made a little bit more. Well, guess what? They sold really easily, and if I recall right, my profit margin on these were like 200 per. So as long as there's profit there today, I will probably definitely be making, 75 to 100 of those. As we go down, we have more of my favorite enchant, the Celestial Guidance, which I pump out 20 or so of those a day. A lot more random enchants. I don't really mess with crafts other than Shadowlands based things. That's one of those areas that I really should get into. I should go down and hunt some old world crafts so I could start making a little bit more profit, a little bit more profit, a little bit more profit. But right now, I'm really happy making, 150k a day or so right now. It has slowed down a little bit since the start of season 4, but I'm still doing pretty good. Because again, this is 130k in this mailbox from crafting, but that's also not counting if I do any callings, which I actually don't think I did yesterday, but it's also not counting my covenant tables. And as I keep stating, those bring me in, 20k a day just in raw gold. As we break down what I made more, you have more ceremonious gear, you have, oils, you have desolate armor kits. Let's see, anything out of the ordinary? Oh, that right there. So this shadow lace tunic was a 262 crafted tunic that I made. I made this over a week ago when I finally had the ability to start making these. It was kind of my test to see how well this kind of stuff sells. Maybe it was because the stats on it weren't amazing. If I recall, I think it was like crit verse or something. Maybe that's the reason why. But I'm not a big fan of things that sell very slow. That's not. I like to immediately see my gold. So I'm not real happy that took like over a week for me to sell, as much as I definitely probably made like 4k profit on it. So maybe I'll mess with it more, but I'm not a big investment person. I like my gold now. that's my style of making gold. I want my gold now, not later. That's why I do this. That's why I open up my mailbox every day. That's why everything that I design my gold making around is daily growth. It's all about the daily growth. I'm not don't like slow sales. Anyway, so there's our mailbox for today. Let's go ahead and open this up and collect our gold and see our new total. Alright, our new total is 2,816,000. Given that we're already over 2,800,000, I will very, very easily be able to break 3 million by Tuesday, which was kind of my goal at the start of the week, given how much gold I was making. So that is awesome, because I don't even need 100k a day, and again, I'm averaging 150 to 200k a day in profit right now. So honestly, if I have an insane day, maybe do a little bit of extra farming, I'll probably hit it tomorrow. But anyway, that's our gold. From there, let's do some covenant tables. On the first covenant table, take a look. I don't think this one sent out a lot of gold missions yesterday. But either way, again, I usually do these at night, and then I'll do it again in the day. So it's like I have boxes from the night before that I just don't open until the morning, since I have to come and do it again anyway. But we'll go ahead and grab everything. I will probably be making some changes on, whether or not I send them out for fish and things of that nature. Especially with the auction house changes coming on Tuesday. But as we gather these, let's see, that's done. That's all done. This character does not have disenchanting or anything, so I typically do let them go out for equipment, and that's just because to me it's just extra gold. Like from the stuff this morning and from the stuff last night, come over here and sell that stuff to the vendor. They're like, there's 300 gold. Gold's gold, But as I start to transition into playing other games I'm interested in and things of that nature, I will probably make some changes to my TLDR so that I'm not gathering items like random equipment or, fishing supplies and things of that nature. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and mail everything that we got over to the characters they need to go to, and I will finish up my covenant tables and meet you at our restock. At the final covenant table, just gathering my supplies. Let's see, after getting this, oh wow, that looks like we made about, I think 9,000 gold or something off of the covenant tables in raw gold this morning. So that's pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and open all these caches, send over all my materials, and get right to the restocking. Back on the bank alt, we have canceled and reposted. Let's go down here and restock our selected groups, and let's go over this a little bit. So this is the novice crafting, like blue gear. I actually do not make any of this ever. We're going to restock some ceremonious. Let's see what it shows here. Shows some pretty decent profit on spectral of agility flasks. I still have, and these really haven't been selling that quickly for me. I still have like 30 up on the auction house. This is kind of just a personal choice on whether or not I want to recraft these. Either way, let's go down to Spectral of Strength. I've made a lot of these recently and they are actually selling. I'll probably restock those. No titanium bars. Intellects, on the other hand, I have actually sold out on the stock that I did have. Take some marrow root. Marrow root tends to be a little bit expensive, so we will keep an eye on that one as well. I don't make the Phantom Fire. I don't make the Deadly Fixation. I can talk for a second on why, TSM tells me to make this item, right? So why am I not making it? Well, it really has everything to do with what you can see here. The region average daily sold says 2.1, and the region sell rate is 0.02. So this region sell rate is essentially that of a transmog item. And the region average daily sold is, really, really low. Take that and look at something like Spectral of Agility. Actually, let's take a better one. Let's look at, here's one. You can look at Shadow Core Oil. You can look at this sell rate. So the sell rate at 0.25, I do believe what that means is essentially 25% of the Shadow Core oils that are posted end up selling, which is a fantastically high number, to be honest. And if you look at the average daily sold, that's also relatively high. So like this, especially at that profit, I will absolutely be making it, because if I can sell it at that price whatsoever, you're making huge profit. And this is an item that does sell. And as you can see with my sold amount, 1,959 just in the time I've been doing this, they sell. I sell a lot of them. So anyway, back to this. No Deadly Fixation, no Arcanite Bar for me, because I think I still have the 10 I made in the first week of me doing this. These are really good profit, and they only require Death Blossoms. I'm going to bump that a bit today. Looking at the Stamina. Stamina is another one where if you look at the region daily average sold, it's super low. It's like a good transmog item basically on its sell rate, so I don't usually ever make those. This is the one that I tried yesterday that was doing really, really well for me. It is Rising Glory and Death Blossom, which does increase its price a bit, But I do think I'm going to make 75 of these because there's profit there. There comes a point where you ask yourself, how worth it is it to make like 5 gold per craft? To me, it's still worth it. I will probably eventually get to a point where I don't take the time to craft something like this. At the moment, I do. I don't make the spiritual mana. The embalmers actually does sell, but like this one gold profit. Like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna waste my time crafting these for 1 gold. Just look at the region average daily sold. If you're ever wondering, as I just was, I was wondering, should I make these? Take a second, look at that region sell rate, look at that average daily sold, and kind of let that answer the question for you. These are horrifically low. I will not be making those. This one is a little bit better. Enchants don't sell as quickly, but this one definitely looks alright, so I'll be making that. So this is the staff that's made from inscription, and you make it for item level 100, which is a fresh level 50. The great thing is, look at that crafting cost. 46 gold. Look at what I sell these for. I mean, at the lowest, 483. Guess what? You're still making over 400 gold. But on average, 2,300, and I've sold them for like 3,500. It's amazing how low the crafting cost is on this and how much profit you can make. With the auction house changes coming on Tuesday, there's a good chance that people might be freaking out and selling things lower than what they should be just because they don't know what's going to happen, so they want to get rid of their stock. So there's a good chance I can pick something up like Nightshade and craft this relatively cheap. So now that we have our shopping list, let's get shopping. So I have a bunch of pigments to make, and obviously I'm not going to be buying these off of the auction house. They're far too expensive. Well, Luminous, not too bad, but the Umbrals, at least on my server, are way overpriced. So this right here, at least on my server, I talked about how I think people might be crashing the market just because they're afraid of what's going to happen on Tuesday. This is, I think, the cheapest, nearly the cheapest I've ever seen Nightshade. So we will absolutely be buying a good amount of this. Now, if we look at the market value and its region sales average, let's see here. That's the average rate. I wonder if I should just buy a lot of these and try to flip on Tuesday. I don't think I know enough to take a risk at that, even though I honestly probably should. But at this price, I'm really comfortable with this price. So what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to buy like 2,000 of these. I'm going to buy 2,000 of those, and I'm going to mill it all, and then I'm going to take everything I mill and just make as much as I can. So I'll probably at least be able to make the 75 tomes, and after that I'll probably just flip the rest of it into other missives that are at a good selling point right now. We're going to start today on my leather worker. Excuse me. We're going to start today on my tailor and enchanter. Only have one tailoring item to make. That's kind of crazy. That's not normally the case. Let's look over at enchanting. I'm going to make all these, and then I'll probably go through, since I have some extra materials, and just make other things that have good profits right now. I just wanted to mention something real quick. So cooking, for instance, this like steak a la mode shows 1 gold and 36 crafting cost with like 4 gold profit. As I'm aware, it's actually better than that, because it is looking as if you're making this 1, but if you notice, every time you make 1, you get 3. So if I'm not mistaken, it's actually 3 times the amount. So, even making something like this, oh dang, the price changed. I wouldn't normally make it if it was this low. Regardless, my point still stands. It's actually going to be 3 times that amount, rather in terms of profit, rather than just that gold 69. It's actually like 5 gold per. Got a decent amount of potions to make today. Not too terrible, but I'm definitely saving that inscription for last. It is going to take me a while to make all those inks today. Since I've crafted so much this morning, I decided to head on over to the bank alt and grab what I've made. That way I can get it posted before I go and spend all that time doing inscription. After much AFKing, I am back to do a cancel scan. Ooh, looks like I sold quite a lot of stuff while I was making all those inks. I'm going to run a cancel scan, grab everything that I just made, as well as the cancels, and get them back up on the auction house. Alright, everything has been posted. From here on out, the rest of the day is probably going to be doing some callings, as there is 2 in Maldraxxus today. So since the majority of my characters are already in Maldraxxus, for their Covenant, I'll probably just run outside and get a few of those done. Other than that, I'm just going to make sure I cancel scan a few times throughout the day. It is Saturday. I expect sales to be up a little bit, so I will go ahead and cancel scan on and off throughout the day and make sure I do my Covenant tables to end the night. That's it for me today. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know what you would like to see. Let me know what I can do better, and I will see you in the next video.